There is a machine that costs more than an aircraft carrier. Shipping a single unit requires 3 747s. And the company that builds it holds the power to decide who gets advanced chips, and who gets left out. No iPhone, no AI training, no modern guidance systems can exist without this machine. If shipments stopped tomorrow, the global economy could slow within months, not years. The strangest part is that most people don't know the company's name. And that's no accident. Real power in tech doesn't always sit in the spotlight, it hides inside supply chains. To understand what ASML built, you have to go back to the problem that stopped everyone. Chip making was, at its core, a precision printing process. Light passed through a mask, drawing circuits on silicon. For decades, the path was clear: make the light's wavelength shorter, draw smaller details, pack more transistors onto the same chip. Higher speed, lower cost, and Moore's law kept going. Then the industry hit the wall of physics. The standard settled at 193 nanometer light, but it was no longer enough. The solution was known: EUV, extreme ultraviolet at 13.5 nanometers. But knowing the solution is not the same as building it. EUV light is absorbed by air, glass, and almost everything else. It has to be generated in a perfect vacuum and focused with mirrors, not lenses. Those mirrors have to be nearly perfect, with errors measured at the atomic level. And they have to work inside a factory that never sleeps, pulsing with industrial precision for years. Intel spent billions and then backed off. Canon and Nikon, the giants of lithography, spent billions and then quietly withdrew. Even Japan accepted that EUV was a dead end. ASML did not back down. It spent 17 years and an undisclosed sum before shipping its first working machine. That was the start of a monopoly unlike any other. Inside a vacuum chamber, a tiny tin droplet is fired. 2 lasers hit it in sequence. The first flattens it into a disk, the second turns it into plasma that produces EUV light. This happens 50,000 times per second. The light then bounces off mirrors made of molybdenum and silicon layers, each layer only a few atoms thick. The precision of these mirrors is almost unbelievable. If one mirror were enlarged to the size of Germany, its biggest flaw would still be smaller than a millimeter. There is no margin for error. One atom in the wrong place is enough to scatter the light, distort the pattern, and make a $300 million machine produce defective chips. But ASML did not begin as a global power. In 1984, it was born as a joint venture between Philips and ASM International, in a leaky shed near a building in Eindhoven. For a decade, it was just another company in a market dominated by bigger players. Canon and Nikon were ahead. ASML was fighting to survive, not to lead the future. The shift began with immersion lithography in the early 2000s. Instead of breaking the limits of light, ASML put a layer of water between the lens and the silicon, changing the light's path. With that idea, smaller details could be drawn using the same 193 nanometer light. ASML bet on immersion, and TSMC backed the bet. Intel chose a different, dry path. Intel was wrong. ASML and TSMC were on the right side. One technical decision reshaped the semiconductor industry and left Canon and Nikon behind. Then EUV closed the door. Building this machine is not ordinary manufacturing, but assembling a cosmic system, more than 100,000 parts, from 5,000 suppliers, across 60 countries. The light source came from a company ASML acquired. The mirrors came from another it acquired. Cleaning systems, wafer holders, precision motion platforms, all became part of its network. On paper, that's called vertical integration. In reality, it means no one can even try. ASML owns or controls the parts that have no substitute. The fragility of the chain showed up in 2021, when a fire at a single optics plant in Germany cut global advanced chip output by 0.5%. One factory, one fire, and a global impact. This is not a traditional supply chain, but a single choke point behind 5,000 intertwined dependencies. The strangest part is that the customers themselves financed this monopoly. In 2012, Intel, Samsung, and TSMC bought billions of dollars worth of ASML shares. They needed EUV, so they paid to develop it. In return, they got priority access to the first machines. That's how customers finance the power of the supplier they can't leave. Today, there are only about 200 EUV machines. ASML ships around 40 a year, and the waiting list stretches for years. And who gets to move up the line is not decided by price alone.